What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, also known as Master Dominic, and in this video, I'm going to hypnotize you to cut back on food. Now, most of you would want to cut back on food for the health benefits, and that's awesome. Also, food has gotten expensive, and it's probably going to get more expensive, and so an added benefit of this is reducing your expenses. And even though you might be cutting back on food, this is a great opportunity to stock up on shelf-stable goods. You'll never regret that, and it can always come in handy. And even when it doesn't, then you always have a nice stock of those shelf-stable goods that you can use and enjoy. So as in all of my videos, you'll be commanded to leave a comment at the end while hypnotized, so go ahead and log into an account that you can use for that. Mute any distractions and continue when you're ready to get hypnotized. Alright, dudes, so to begin, look at the circle pattern in front of you. And as you look at that circle pattern, just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, the more that you do, the more that you feel a wonderful tingly sound. Something about it that just feels so good. A wonderful, crisp and tingly sound that just seems to cause a wonderful surge and a rush of blissness that just goes from the very bottom of your tailbone to the very tip top of your head. There's something about that just feels so good. A wonderful, warm and masculine, dominant tone and texture from my voice that just begins to melt away your thoughts. Each and every word is like a drip and a drop of the mind-melting blessedness that just drips right on top of your mind and just begins to melt away your thoughts. The more and more that you just hear the sound of my voice, the more and more that your mind just melts away. And there's something about that that just feels so good. Something about it that just feels so good. That wonderful mind-melting feeling that just washes all over you, all over your mind, and all over your body. The more that it does, the better and better that it feels. And already you can feel even your appetite just begins to decrease a bit. It just begins to go down. And the more and more that you just listen to the sound of my voice, the more that just becomes all that you can do. Just melts away your mind, it melts away your thoughts, it just melts away your appetite, and thoughts about food as well. In fact, the thoughts about food just melt away, they drip away, drop away as they give way to the sound of my voice, completely and totally. The more and more that happens, the better and better that you feel. And the more that your mind just slips away and drips away, just drifts away into completely different headspace. Something about it that just feels so good. That wonderful, warm, masculine, dominant tone and texture from the sound of my voice. The more and more that you feel that, and the better and better that you feel, the more also that you feel that a wonderfully heavy, relaxed and sleepy feeling that just drips and drops down on top of your mind, just like lead. Each and every drip and drop just shutting down your mind even more with each and every passing second, and each and every moment that you also gaze into the very center of that circle pattern, and it would just feel so good just to completely drop down and to fall down, to snap down into an even deeper and even more relaxed and even more passive state. Now that would just feel so good, just to snap down into a wonderful dreamlike state of sleep. And when I click my fingers together and I say that word, sleep, then you will go down, you will drop down, you will snap down into that state. You will snap down into that wonderful dreamlike sleep. And that will just feel so good. That will just feel so good. You can already feel the rising, building tension inside of your mind and inside of your body. Each and every single muscle and muscle fiber inside of your body. It just it wants to go down, to drop down, just to snap down into that very relaxed and passive state, that very nice dreamlike state of sleep. And now, sleep, as you go down, as you drift down, as you drop down, even more, it just feels like you're floating down just like a leaf, back and forth, just swaying as you float down, as your mind just drifts down even more, as you fall down even further. And that just feels so good. That wonderful, warm, relaxing, masculine dawn tone and texture of the sound of my voice just feels so good just to hear. And say wonderful, tickling, tingling feeling all across the surface of your mind, and it just continues to cause your thoughts just to melt away, for your appetite even just to melt away, and for your will to eat food. It just melts away. It just reduces so much, and even more with each and every word that I say. It just drops and drops and falls until you don't even want to think about food at all. You don't even want to think about food at all. It's as if a sort of devil on your shoulder is whispering into your ear whenever your appetite begins to express itself. Whenever your appetite begins to rise, it just feels like your enemy, your nemesis, a person you don't like very much, a devil on your shoulder, is causing that appetite to increase, to rise. It's that person, that enemy of yours, a devil on your shoulder that wants to eat. But how would it feel so much better just to resist that urge? How would it feel so much better just to follow and to obey the suggestions, the commands that I give you instead, and to feel as your thoughts of food, they just melt away, dissipate and dissolve completely and totally, and instead they're filled with such a wonderful and nice and pleasant feeling, knowing that you've resisted that urge, but also that you've followed and obeyed that wonderful, warm and masculine dominant male authority. That just feels so good. That is what it feels like to have a mentor, coach, a master who you follow and obey. And even that word, master, that just feels so good. That just feels so good to hear. You can even hear the words, yes, master, as they just bubble up, they surface up, they pop up inside of your mind in response to each and every suggestion, each and every command I give you, and especially in those moments of hunger and appetite that rises up, that builds up inside of your mind. A pull, a drive, a magnetic force that seems to pull you towards food that you know that you shouldn't eat. And you're reminded of that devil on your shoulder, of an enemy, a nemesis, a person you don't like very much at all. Their face just pops in your mind, and the moment of that rise, that surge, that billowing feeling of your appetite, and it's that devil on your shoulder that wants you to eat. And just knowing that they don't like you very much at all. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to save money. They want you to eat that food that you know you shouldn't eat. And it just feels so much better just to not do that. It feels so much better just to resist that. It feels so much better just to follow and to obey your master instead. And that just feels so much better. You don't want to follow the suggestions or obey the commands of that devil on your shoulder. You don't want to follow the commands of your enemy. You want to follow and obey your master instead. Now that would just feel so much better. That would just feel so good and so much better. It just becomes exactly what you'll do. You feel a drawing, pulling, and magnetic force that pulls you just to follow and to obey those good and positive commands. Instead, you feel the appetite inside your mind, inside your body, it just dissolves, it melts away, it floats away, it goes away, it dissipates. It just goes away completely and totally, and it becomes exactly what you want to do. Just eat the amount that you need, the amount that is good and healthy for you, and it's such a good and a positive feeling, knowing that you're doing a good thing, knowing that you're doing the right thing, knowing that you're doing the healthy thing, and knowing that you're also saving money as well. Now, that just feels so good. All of that just feels so good, but also knowing that you are following and obeying your master as well. Now that is just such a good, such a wonderful and a positive feeling. You just feel such a nice spine-tingling blessedness that just courses, that just surges all throughout your body, and just goes all the way from the very bottom of your tailbone to the very tip top of your head. It just feels so good just to follow and to obey your master. The more and more that you do, the better and better that you feel. And the more and more that it just makes you so happy, and it just makes you so enthusiastic each and every single time that you disobey that devil on your shoulder. You just feel even better and better. You just feel even more and more empowered not to do what it wants. You feel as your appetite, as it just diminishes even more and more, as the influence of that little devil just goes away. It just fades away. It just floats away as you instead simply follow and obey your master instead. It just feels so much better. It just feels so good. After a while, you won't even think about that devil at all. You won't even feel the appetite at all. It will all just feel and become and be so unnecessary even to your unconscious mind. It just floats away, it just melts away, it just fades away. It just goes away and is replaced by such a wonderful, such a nice, such a pleasant feeling of just being good and following and obeying your master instead. That just feels so good. That just feels so much better than anything else. That it becomes exactly what you do. You feel such a magnetic drawing and a pulling force that pulls you towards the obedience of your master instead, and to follow the suggestions I give you, to obey the commands that I give you. You can feel it as it is drilling down even more inside of you and deep inside of your mind. The words I say, they are like a kind of magic that just drills even more and even further, and deep inside of you and deep inside of your mind, even more and even further. You feel even more of that wonderful warm and masculine dominance from my voice, and it just feels so good to feel it just pressing on all sides of you, on all sides of your mind, just drilling down even further and even deeper into you. It just feels so good, and just to feel the awesome, wonderful, warm and masculine dominance of your master, just to follow and to obey your master. And now very soon I'm going to count you all the way up from 1 to 5, and as I count you up from 1 to 5, you're going to feel a wonderful, lifting, rising, floating feeling that'll just take you up just like the wind. It'll feel like you're just floating up, and to carry a wonderful, nice and happy feeling with you into the waking world, knowing that you have followed and obeyed your master. And that will just feel so good. But before you completely and totally awaken, you'll leave a comment for me. You will leave a comment for me that says, "Yes, master, I will cut back on food, master." You leave a comment for me that says, "Yes, master, I will cut back on food, master." And that will just feel so good. That will just feel so great, so wonderful, so awesome, just to follow and to obey your master. And you'll feel such an overpowering and irresistible urge, a drive, a desire, a magnetism that will pull you and draw you to leave that comment that says, "Yes, master, I will cut back on food, master." And that will just feel so good. That will just feel so good just to come back up now. Now beginning with 1, as you feel that nice, wonderful, lifting, floating, rising feeling, coming back up into the waking world. 2, coming up even more, and further and faster. 3, already halfway there, and just feeling so great. 4, and almost all the way up now. And 5, eyes open and awake, my dude. Hope you enjoyed. Also, feel free to comment about your experience, the food that you want to cut back on, or even your devil. Check out dominicator.com to schedule a session with me to get hypnotized and also to browse my digital downloads. Catch you later, dudes.